New York sports night for one of these teams, obviously Western New York or just outside New York City. Already been a good night for the Mets. We welcome those of you who perhaps saw the Mets. We saw Grimace on the scoreboard behind us there. They get game 2 of the National League Division Series. The Yankees are playing Cleveland tonight, but everybody here is interested in Jets and Bills. Let's pivot to the Bills because there are two teams playing here tonight, and it's Buffalo who was the presumptive favorite in the AFC East. They started out like a house fire. They win their first 3 games. Then they go on the road at Baltimore, at Houston, and they lose both those games. And in those games, they look quite a bit different. Swag, what's different in games 4 and 5 for Buffalo, and what do they need to get sorted out tonight?
Yeah, one, look, I've said it prior to us getting to this point, is that I think Josh Allen got to be more. I'm not even going to say a ball carrier. He needs to be more of a ball carrier. They need a little bit more. They need a little bit more misdirection. They need to create some rollouts so he have both of those options. The other thing is this too, Scott, and I'm directing this to Sean McDermott. RC just showed a clip. We talked about it. You better see if they got this damn pressure protection fixed.
See if they got it
Instead of sitting back there, because he's not known to bring a lot of pressure. Yeah. He's not known. I was looking through tape, y'all, trying to find Buffalo creeping dudes up around the line.
They don't do a lot of bug up. They'll do depth
from depth.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stimulated pressure.
Exactly.
Well.
And sometimes you'll get the linebackers walked up in the A gap, but not like we saw from the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, you can't go out here and change philosophically who you are as a defense.
I will say, when he was in Carolina, though, he did a bunch of it. He has it in there. He knows how to do it.
It's what I'm looking for tonight. No, you have to apologize. Because I'm telling you, we always talk about a copycat league.
Yeah.
If I see this man throw an interception and get hit in his back every time we pressure, I'm going to try that because defensively, I think the Buffalo Bills got to make something happen in order to win this football game.
With no Cook tonight, they'll lean on Ty Johnson and hope that he can. There you see him as they're working through their pregame paces, trying to find some production somewhere. They're looking for some separation in the secondary. They're not finding that as he's trying to identify who's my guy that I'm throwing the ball to. And I think that's the way a lot of folks watch football. But as we look to our center of attention, presented by Campbell's Chunky Soup, you're looking at the line to scrimmage, and obviously this is where things get won and lost in every single game. What are you looking at tonight, Jason?
I'm always looking at the line of scrimmage, but in particular, they're playing the same defensive structure they played last week in Houston. 4 down, penetrating style. Go right at them. You get double teams. They're going to start. They get a good double team, the left guard, left tackle. This shows me they understand a penetrating style. They do a fold scheme on the back. That's a hard play to defend when the defensive lineman is going straight ahead. And they end up creating a crease right here. They don't get an explosive on it, but they get a good hit. And this was all game. They had a decent day on the ground. My man, Deion Dawkins, when it's man, make it's man. Look at that split.
Yeah.
That's a gigantic split for the left tackle, left guard. Then all of a sudden they get 2 hard double teams in the middle. And because of that split pre-snap, you're going to see Cook get up in there, and he's going to be able to still sneak it out the front side because Dawkins takes that split to start off with. So they very clearly understand the defensive structure they're playing. Now let's watch the Jets. The Jets played Minnesota last week. Hard double teams. They get blown off the ball. My man, Quentin Williams, is up on one leg. That is never
you don't want one leg on the ground.
And they get a big hit. They come back. They say, hey, we just did that. We're going to come back. We're going to run duo again. But this is what the Jets know where their weaknesses are. Now, they slant. They take off those double teams, and they free up the mic right here because of the nose guard going across his face to make a tackle on the running back. So there's going to be this constant cat and mouse. The Jets are Robert Saleh's gone. They are very well coached on the defensive side of the ball, and they have answers for the weaknesses. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Joe Brady, what the Bills' offense, and what they can do to exploit some of these formational.
Please see this a man cover tonight.
It's a single high night the entire night. I mean, you even look last week and some of the trouble they were able to give Justin Jefferson by putting hands on him, by making it physical. I believe they can be attached to these wide receivers on the outside for the Buffalo Bills, and that's when you can add guys like Quincy Wilson to the rush, which we've seen since Jermaine Johnson was injured.
We can laugh and joke about Swag being cold. It's chilly. It's been warm all over the place. This is the first sort of bite of the apple outside of the Big Apple we've had of the fall weather, and the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
It is. Is it fair to say that the wind and the weather here tonight, not the weather as much as the wind, will impact the ability to play the game you want to play?
The wind, definitely. I mean, quarterbacks know anybody who's seen the ball in the air and it's moving around like a knuckleball.
Yeah.
You don't want it to look like Tim Wakefield's throwing you a pass out. And it's never a good sight. Kickers are hoping. I mean, the punter woke up today and was like, man, I hope I'm kicking with the wind. There ain't nothing worse than kicking into it. It feels like there's a hurricane in New Jersey right now. I don't know. I know the Florida